I want to say this very strongly, that when I didn't know who to count on, in the summer of 2020, when I lost a lot of friendships and people were no longer talking to me anymore, Leon Smith, you stood by my side. And that was a frightful time.
That was people don't realize that. People say, oh, a lot of people come out and say, I'm a Patriot, but the Patriots stood up back then. Back then, this was the height of Black Lives Matter movement. It was the height of Antifa, and you couldn't say anything to them about them. They even had bailout money. The Democrats had set funds aside down in Charleston. They could come and push you and do what they want to you, and they were out the next day. They had money set up there already. And I'm telling you, people don't realize that when we went down there, you had to be a true patriot, because these people will follow you back to your business and everything, and we would they would come to your place, your business or establishment, and they would actually harass you or try to get you fired from your work. And a lot of people, a lot of people were scared to stand up back then. And you were down at the monument, and I was down there, and my wife used to say, hey, why are you going down there on your day off on a Saturday? And I'm like, well, I would like to be home, but if I don't stand up, who's going to stand up for the what's right? So we needed patriots and stuff like that to stand up and be there. And you were there, and I was there, and not that many people were there.
Right.
It was scary times. Like I said, I was worried about them coming to my business and attacking me at the time.
Well, and that's the thing too, is one of the things I really appreciate about you is you had a lot to lose. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, the only people out there, Eric, were people who were either retired, didn't have anything going on. I said, not true, and I bring you up all the time. And I think of eats and sweets. So let's just kind of quickly go back to something really important, which is why you built your business. So why did you start Eats? I know the name even has changed. So give people a little feel about how Eats and Sweets came to be.
Well, Eats and Sweets was actually, I was in college at the time, going to medical school, and I had a business called Chocolate Therapy. So my days off, when I went to school, Chocolate Therapy. I used to sell chocolate to all these businesses around Bluffton, Hilton Head, Beaufort area, Walterboro. I used to sell chocolate everywhere, and I was actually getting where I could go in stores. But before I could go in stores, I had to get an ingredients label, and I had to have a commercial kitchen. So I went over to a little restaurant at the time, it was called Soupy's, and asked them, can we share a kitchen? So we agreed, and I was sharing a kitchen with them. I'm in the process of going through, getting my labels through, you know, not DHEC, but through the, you know, Food and Drug and all that, and it's a painstaking process. Well, anyway, while I was there, and I've already like $2,000 into my labels and stuff, the people that own Soupy says, I think we're gonna get out of business. So I'm like, what? They said, yeah. So I'm like, well, wait a minute, I'm halfway through my label. They said, well, we're done. So I talked to the landlord, happened to be my neighbor. He says, just stay there and make your chocolates and get your labels. But it was gonna cost me like $800 more a month in rent. I'm like, well, wait a minute. What am I gonna do to subsidize this while I'm getting, I can sell a lot of chocolate, but that's a lot more chocolate I have to sell. And anyway, make a long story short, they said, well, you need to put a salad or a hamburger or soup.
Right.
But they said, well, whatever you do, we got to do something different with the name, because people ain't gonna come eat, you know, salads and hamburgers and soups at Chocolate Therapy. They don't,
right. Different kind of chocolate going on.
So I was kind of aggravated. I said, okay, well, they said, you got to come up with a name. So I said, I don't care. Let's just call it Eats and Sweets. So Eats and Sweets. Yeah, because I was just mad at the time. And they said, well, what you want to call it? I said, just call it Eats and Sweets. I don't care. I'm over all this, trying to get the chocolate labels done. And of course, 5 years later, I officially changed my name to Eats and Sweets.
The best steak salad. I'm going to eat that after we do this interview.
Yes.
The best steak salad around, in my opinion. No, it's amazing, because even for people, you have something for everyone.
Yeah.
People who are trying to be healthy, people who want to have that, you know, they have that sweet taste in their mouth. They want to have that sweetness. So what are the main things you love about the stuff that you offer? What's your favorite items?
My favorite items, you could come in and get a salad, like you said. You could get a salad, you get a chef salad, you could get a grilled chicken salad, chicken avocado. We got so many different salads, it's crazy. Yeah. And but if you want to change it up, you could get a hamburger. We make a big a true half-pound burger. We make our patties every day. You get chili cheeseburger, you get fries. We also do seafood, flounder, shrimp.
Oh yeah.
So you can get almost anything here. Then if you want to cheat, you could go over there and get cheesecake out the case, or We got our
Little
chocolate
reward, little
little
reward every now and
reward.
then, right.
Or you go get your chocolate turtles because we're still doing the chocolate. I didn't completely quit the chocolate, so you could get chocolate turtles or chocolate covered Oreos. So
Oh, you can't go wrong there.
can't go wrong at all.
Well, one thing I do love about his business is on his Facebook page, which you need to go to, Eats and Sweets. You do these really energetic videos about, hey, thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday.
And I love those videos. And why did you start doing those videos?
That was an accident too. Like, we had a bunch of stuff. I think it was for Easter or something coming up, and I said I cannot show all this Easter candy and take all these pictures. I said I'm just do a quick video, and it was on a Thursday, and they said, "Why you at it? Why don't you tell us what the special was?" We were doing ribeye steaks that night, and so I said, "Okay." So I started the video, and I was like, I was tired, and we used to be open only on Fridays. I mean Monday through Fridays. It was closed on Saturdays, and I was really tired, and I said, man, thank God it's Friday. And then I did the video, and I had like 800 views, and it just went crazy after that because people said, where's the Thank God It's Friday video? I said, what's Thank God It's Friday? He said, you said Thank God It's Friday. So
amazing.
I started doing every Thursday, I started doing a Thank God It's Friday video. And I have anywhere from, 800, 2,000, 3,000 views just on Thursday night.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I
People
look,
checking out
my dad loved the video. He was like, gosh, I love the energy this guy has. You know, I mean, that's the thing too. You can tell when someone loves their business and someone's just going through the motions or just kind of doing the thing. So when you walk in on a day, what gets you the most excited about walking in?
because we always do a different special every day. Like yesterday, you wouldn't like this being Irish. We did we did corned beef brisket,
Oh my goodness.
red potatoes, and cabbage yesterday. Man, I love making that yesterday, and I enjoyed that.
I came a day late.
You come a day late. We do a different special every day, plus our regular menu. Now today we did Maine lobster rolls. You might want to get that.
Well, I might change my menu choice.
We're doing Maine lobster rolls today,
Yeah.
and tonight on Friday nights we always do a dinner special. So we're doing ribeye steaks tonight, and we're doing sirloin steaks and snow crab legs.
It just gets better and better. Each thing he's listing, I'm getting more hungry.
We always do something different a special every day. That's like we did chicken pad thai on Wednesday. So
Absolutely.
we do something different.
Well, and another thing concerning the business that really inspired me about you is when all that craziness was going on,
Yes.
you took care of our cops.
Oh,
and I want
yes.
people to know about what you did. Could you share a little bit
It
about
was
that?
this, like I said, height of the Black Lives Movement, and it was bad. They were, they actually came in and did a parade through our town, which I of course left and don't have no part of it because I'm for everybody. I'm not for one group of people.
Exactly.
And
Liberty.
And Liberty, and they were, of course, it came out. I was down. I actually left from Florida, and it come out, and I was watching it on TV, not here, but other Black Lives movements, and they were bashing cops and anybody, first responders, and I'm like, I've got friends who are black that are cops, and y'all bashing them. They good guys.
Terrible. Yeah.
And I don't never say I got friends that are black or
Right.
I have friends.
Yeah.
If you got I've got friends. Period. I don't care what color you are.
Yeah.
And that's one thing kills me. Say, I got black friends, I got Spanish friends, and Latino
We're
friends.
Americans.
Excuse me. We're Americans, and I just got friends. Period. That's the way I look at it. But and I was so upset, and I said, you know what? I want to do something for the cops, and I said, my wife said, oh Lord, here he goes again, because I was right down at the monument. She said, you gonna close us down, or are we gonna do well with it? I said, I'm so mad. I said, you know what? I want everybody, all the cops, first responders, whoever, come in, eat on Eats and Sweets. I said, let's do a $5 meal for them,
Yeah.
And so I opened up that Monday, and the phone rings. Man, I'm glad somebody finally stood up to these people and want to do something. And I want to donate. I want to buy 50 meals. And I go, what? He said, I'll bring you the money by. The phone rang again, and it said, I'm glad somebody's finally standing up. Everybody's being quiet, afraid to say anything, because their business is going to be
Fear. It was a fear grip time.
fear.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fear grip time. They're afraid their business will be overran. Pretty much overran by Black Lives Matter, Antifa outside protesting, or they get blackballed by the community. And I didn't care. I said, I'm doing what's right. I'm standing up for my cops. And but I had so many people call in and said, thank you for somebody finally standing up. I actually fed the cops, the firemen, EMS, first responders for 2 weeks free. That was Monday through Friday. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
for free. That was crazy. They donated that many meals for the cause.
And what would you say that did for your business?
Oh man, my business jumped because they knew I was a patriot, and I loved everybody, and I was looking out for what was right in America, and I didn't care what the price I would pay for it. I was gonna do it no matter what. And
people haven't forgotten?
No, people have not forgotten at all. They still come in and talk about it.
Yeah. So I mean that's and we don't realize the small things we can do. We think are small, but they mean the world to people like that, right?
It does. I didn't have no clue when I said $5 lunch for cops. I posted $5 for lunch, Blue Lives Matter. Yeah. Of course, I did get a call from Black Lives Matter.
I'm sure you did.
I did. I did get a call. Well, are you going to do a special for Black Lives Matter? I said, no, ma'am. They don't represent what I think.
The organization, and that's what we always kept saying was, of course we believe Black Lives Matter. It's an organization.
It's an organization.
And how they're weaponizing socialism and Marxism all in this veneer of it being a wonderful cause.
Yeah, because I mean, I've had them come in on me. You were down at the monument, say come in and attack us, and I said,
thumping us in the chest,
and Antifa, Black Lives Matter. I said, wait a minute, we ain't done it. We're just standing here, and we're being attacked by them. And
singing "God Bless America."
Yeah,
great songs,
you were praying for one lady, and
absolutely.
it was crazy. We being attacked by them. I said, well, how is this good? Good organization. Period.
Well, and actually now we can talk a little bit about that. So with the monuments, what moment stands out to you 3 years, almost 3 years, and we're only near a couple months away from June. What stands out to you 3 years later from your memories out there?
Oh my Lord. The biggest thing, remember the lady's husband passed away?
Yeah,
and she came to the monument with us.
Right.
And it was, I don't like calling race, but she was a black lady, and she wanted prayer. She was really upset. So you said, we all gathered around her, and there was a mixed group of people, black, white. We were praying for her, and all I can remember, we were praying for God to relieve this woman and help her out. And all you can hear is Black Lives Matter, Antifa yelling slurs, racial slurs, while we praying for this lady.
Real spiritual war going on.
And it was bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was one of the biggest things I remember about Monument. There's a lot going on.
There was a lot going on.
I remember you came down there by yourself, and your group came up an hour late.
Oh your goodness, yes.
We were leaving. This is how I met Eric. We was another group trying to down there protecting the monument, and they had the permit till 12 o'clock. Your permit was what?
It was like right after.
Right after that.
Yeah.
But his followers wouldn't come until
another hour.
For another hour, and we're leaving. I'm like, we can't leave this man down there by himself. He's gonna be by himself. They're gonna swarm him and attack him. And he was down. He said, "I'll be fine." I'm like, "Oh no,"
No,
because we already been attacked. So we came down there, and it was just like 3 or 4 of us stayed with you till your group showed up. Because
that felt really good, by the way.
Yes, they were
very good.
It was bad.
Yeah. Well, you know what happened with Calhoun led to the battery. But I would argue if we hadn't done, tell me if you agree with this, if we hadn't done what we did, that monument may not be there.
It would not be there if we wouldn't have stood up there.
Right.
It would not.
We were not aggressive, we were not violent, we were just literally like a human shield standing in front of it.
And one of the rules with our permit, the guy that had it said they could call you whatever you want. You're not allowed to say anything back to them, or you get kicked off. Yep. And we could never say anything back to them, and we got called a lot of stuff. I'm telling you.
I tell people a lot recently, Leon, I did a lot of praying out there. I remember saying, Lord, I'm angry. I'm angry at what they're saying about me and these people with me. Did you feel like you were praying out there just to try to not?
Yeah, I said, Lord, please, please help me not say anything. Right. It was bad. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Then, and the cops were on their side back there too. Mayor,
Techland.
Yeah. And they were on their side, so they would let them come up and pretty much push you around.
It was a no-win situation, really.
And you couldn't do anything. If you touched them, jail. But they could come up and push you and shove you, and it was okay. Oh, yeah. It was a bad situation down there. And like I said, they had bailout money from the Democrats already, so some of them did get arrested finally because they really went above and beyond. Right. And the cops had to arrest them, and they were out the next day because they had that money sitting there. They'd been funded.
I got so many messages, and I've never actually asked you this. I got so many messages during the time of people saying, Eric, I wish I could be out there.
Yes.
But if I'm seen with you, I'll lose business.
That's what I was
fired. Did you get the same?
Oh yeah, a lot of people say, I can't come down there. I got a business and I got a family. I said, well, I've got a business and I got a family too, but you got to stand up for what's right, even though it might hurt. You got to do it. If it's right, you stand up for it.
Yes.
It's not easy to do the right thing.
No.
And,
And it also taught me that if we could do that for history,
Yeah.
what if we did it for being pro-life, being pro-liberty,
Yes.
being America First, Second Amendment? And that's what we've done with Businesses for Liberty. We took that same fervency of standing in front of monuments, and now we have all these businesses years later, and a movement, I would argue,
Yeah.
that's building a patriot economy. So what do you, when we kind of shifted more towards the business side, why did you come on
Oh
board?
man, I think it was great because I'm looking for other patriots who believe like I believe and want to support each other. And I try to buy as much patriot stuff I can. You know,
Right.
every now and again I have to get some important stuff, but try not.
You're right, exactly.
But I
yes.
try to support my country and
Sure.
other businesses around. And it's such a great network to have because I know he's a patriot. There's a lovely lady in Walterboro.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love
Andy
her.
Burdick Twiggs.
She is awesome. You're an awesome girl. She's a great patriot, and I sent everybody I can that way. I said, go by and see her. She is a true patriot. And,
Well, one of the things I learned from the monuments is you're not alone, and there, even for some people, they need to see others do it first. But we got joined by more and more people
We
as
did.
we kept doing it, right?
at first, I thought it was just me. There wasn't many of
Me
us.
and Leon to
down there.
the end, right?
I said, we
exactly,
gonna make it or not? But yeah, more and more people started showing up.
Right.
You're right, because it was bad. It was really bad. I'm like, it's just like they had like 10 times the amount of people we did,
Right.
and that was
I
the
really-
scary
yeah.
thing. I mean, they had like a mob over there, and it was like
It's very different in Greenville, I noticed,
Yeah.
than in Charleston. But courage rises when a few people stand up, and then a few more, and a few more, and a few more. And that's what we've seen even with the business front. Is people go, oh, I'm so used to buying I have to go here. No, you don't have to go
no,
there.
you don't.
You can go to Eats and Sweets instead of going to a big woke business, which I would argue doesn't have as good stuff.
That's right.
The quality's not there, right?
That's
Am I
right.
Yeah.
We make everything fresh.
Right, and you go to Walmart and these places, like, look, I don't want to disparage, but really, you want stuff that's going to break in a year?
Yeah.
Or would you want stuff that's handcrafted, made with, and not only that, but they know your name, right?
They know you when you come in.
people come in and Eats and Sweets,
Yeah.
you know them. I mean, that's a huge
Yeah.
difference, folks. Like, we've lost a lot of community, I would argue,
We
since
have.
2020. And could you speak to that? Like, we need to know each other.
Yeah, we need, like you said, we need to know each other and network together.
Right.
So I can say, hey, I got a patriot brother over here, and I know he's a good guy. He's a Christian guy. He loves America.
Yes.
Go support him. I'll spend the extra money. I don't care about the money.
Yeah.
I will spend the extra money to go. I don't care if you're a patriot. I will.
Yeah.
My wife, I said, I will drive further. I will spend more money just to be with a patriot.
That's what I've been preaching. I've been hoping that people would, and Leon obviously has got that from the beginning. So let's just say I come into Eats and Sweets. What is it that you want people to feel when they come in?
We come in and talk to everybody, feel welcome.
Yeah.
We want you to feel like you're home when you come in, like you know everybody. We always speak to everybody who comes in, and then regulars, we ask them how the day was going, is everything all right? I've had a few regulars not come in for a couple of days, and we'll call and check on them. Hey, are you okay? Just want to see. I mean, I don't care about you coming and spending your money. I just want to check on you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Make sure
Yeah,
you're all right.
absolutely.
You need anything, and
Yeah.
they go, yeah, I was out getting surgery, but if you need anything, we'll send you some food. No charge on us or whatever. And we got to have that again.
We do. You go to so many restaurants and the music is so loud, you could barely talk to the people you're with. And there's an agenda. They want you in and out.
Yeah.
There's no hanging out. But when I go to Eats and Sweets, I want to hang out there. And I know Mandy Burdick and them are starting a new coffee shop
Yeah.
downtown Walterboro called Coffee. Can't wait for that to come
No,
out
that's gonna be awesome.
in the end of March. But what you're offering, Leon, is we need it in every town, every city in the country. And what do you think about, how excited would you be if you could travel any city in the country and know there was a patriot alternative to everything?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Wouldn't it?
That would be beyond awesome.
Yeah.
Especially in some of these towns. Oh my Lord, we need that.
You're right.
We need that in every town, every city all over this country.
Yeah.
Because that's how people don't realize the Revolutionary War didn't start. It was just like a spark. It was only like maybe 13%. Started the
well, the
revolution.
three percenters, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like that's
It wasn't much at all that started in the Revolutionary War, like you said, 3%, and then that spark grew and grew and grew. That's what we need to do for Business for Liberty.
We do, absolutely.
Then you'll be able to take over.
And we've had a few Coffee for Liberty events at
Yes.
Eats and Sweets. We want to do more of them. What's your message to people in Ridgeland about let's be a powerhouse of freedom to the rest of the state?
There's a lot of patriots here in Ridgeland and Jasper County area and Beaufort County. And we need to all get on board with Business for Liberty so we can all network together, and so we could help each other out.
Absolutely. And whether that's a church or a school or a business, like we need to know who's with.
Yeah.
It's like in the movie Patriot when Gabriel walks in the back and just says, "Who's with us?"
Who's with us? That's right.
That's just the question. Who's with us?
And these big corporations aren't gonna come help your church out or help you out or
No.
or you know what I mean?
No.
And we all work together, and that's one thing about this community. We work together here now,
No.
but we need to be patriots together too.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of patriots here that need to join up, and I tell you, please join up Business for Liberty because it's a great network, and you can find other patriots. And
Absolutely. Oh, I appreciate that plug, by the way. Thank you for that.
I'm being honest, and you need to join up.
Yes,
really.
sir. Well, let me ask you this. So, one of the things I want to do with these interviews is get to know people deeper. What has been the hardest time being a business owner, and how did you overcome that adversity?
Oh my! Well, let me tell you, I believe in God at the bottom of my heart, and I always pray to Him. And we actually opened our business. Well, we were open up during COVID, but I actually moved and expand in the middle of COVID.
Oh my goodness!
Isn't that crazy? A lot of
middle
people. My buddy's a real estate man. When we opened this restaurant, I bought the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I went from like a little flower shop to this 3,000 square foot building. It was in the very middle of COVID, and
This is a risk taker right
yeah.
here.
And my buddy was over there, and he got a phone call from his friend, and he said, "What are you doing?" I'm helping my friend move his restaurant over to this bigger building. He's opening, going bigger. He said he knows it's the middle of COVID, don't he? He goes, "Yeah, but that's him. He's a patriot, and he believes in God, so he's not going to stop him." And but we overcame when it came where we had no dining at my little restaurant over there. They said you could not eat inside, had to get to go. And we did the go. Then they said you can eat, but it'd be outside. So what I did, I got me some tents, I got me some outdoor carpet, rolled it out. I moved my whole restaurant dining outside. So you come up there, you see all these tents and all these dining room tables and chairs under tents. And I made sure they were 6 foot apart, as a did. And people were able to come in and sit down and eat because everybody was closed and only doing to go. But you could come to Eat Sweet, you could sit down outside and eat. And a lot of people miss that sitting down for like a year almost, for like that, 8 months.
Too long.
Yeah, and they would come there so they could sit down and actually enjoy a meal. Like I said, it was just like this. And God blessed me, man. He took me through it. And like I said, I moved to the bigger building right before COVID, like 3/4 through COVID. I was opened up over here at the new location.
What do you say to business owners who have struggled? Maybe it's because of that reason, maybe it's another reason. Like, how do they get over this mind battle of whether they should continue the business?
Man, there's a lot of times I thought I would make it.
Right.
And I told my wife, I said, I used to always worry. I said, I'm just gonna pray to the Lord. If He wants me to make it, I'll make it. If He don't, He'll have another door for me. And I used to worry about finances, which everybody does. And I got where I let's let God take care of everything for me. And let's say if I needed an extra $1,000 or $2,000 this week, my wife said, "Oh my Lord, we need to come up with $2,000 a week." I said, "I'm not gonna worry about it. God will find it for me." And
Love that.
He would find it. I would have that money. And my wife goes, "Man," I said, "I told you." And I don't deserve it. I'm like, I said, I don't.
That's all the Lord.
The Lord takes care of me. I don't deserve it. I didn't even deserve Him taking care of me. He does, though. He really does. And I don't claim to be no super Christian. I try to live right, but He takes care of me. So don't worry and pray to God. He'll take care of me.
And that's so true. I mean, with all of this, I think in Matthew 6:33, seek Him first and His righteousness. All of the things will be added unto you. What was what's been the most rewarding moment you can ever imagine being in Eats and Sweets and you're like, this is why I do this?
Oh, with the cops, of course, when everybody, because I thought I'm the only person standing up for these cops, and
I
felt alone because I really did. I put Blue Lives Matter. I'm like,
that's how much fear had gripped the state.
And I really felt alone. Then the phone started ringing and ringing. I'm like, this is crazy. And that was the most rewarding moment, me able to feed the cops. I didn't make any money, of course, but I just fed them.
You were doing?
It covered what I had at the cost for the meals, but I'm like, all these people stood up with me. I mean, I fed them for over 2 weeks. It was hundreds of meals, like 300 or 400 meals, I believe. I can't remember, but it was crazy.
Were people telling you this is going to hurt your business if you do this?
I was being told that beforehand. If you keep standing up, you'll,
Right.
you know, and I can't do that.
And the opposite was true.
The opposite was true. I
Yeah.
stood up and I said, you know, if they want to put me out of business, that's fine, but I got to do what's right. And I just had, at that point, I just had enough with the whole everything. And like I said, and everybody started calling me and coming by here. It's $100 for the cops, and I'm like, this was crazy. So
Crazy awesome.
Crazy
That's
awesome.
what I'll add to it. Well, how can people who have never been here at Eats and Sweets, how can they find you online? What's the easiest way to get in touch with you?
I do on Facebook. So if you go on Facebook, you can see our menu, and you can see a Thank God It's Friday video too. But we post a different special every day. We open Wednesday through Saturday.
That's
So
great. Absolutely.
close Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yes. Well, you make sure you check him out, because I'll tell you, it's so great when you can find a place you can be proud to shop with. You can be proud to sit down and eat there and know you're supporting a patriot. You're a patriot. Why would you support anybody else? You know, I usually do this dramatically, but it's true. It's a true statement. When you pull this out, you're making a decision. You're voting with your dollars. It's either going to everything that's not America or everything that is America. And if you go to Eats and Sweets, you're supporting this great country. If you don't, and you go to the woke, it might be more convenient, it might be easier to find, but let me just tell you, it's not fulfilling. And people need, Leon, to feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
I've made more friends in the last 3 years than I made in like 10 years before that.
You've got a list of mile long
Right,
from the
exactly.
migrants and everybody.
And they're really interesting people, and they're positive people. They make things happen. So let me ask you this question in closing. What do you say to people who say, you know, Leon, I'm not a business owner. I don't have a lot of influence, but I'm a patriot. Does my voice even matter?
Yes.
What do you say to that?
Every voice matters, and it don't matter if you're a business owner or not. You need to pull together, because we all depend on each other.
We do.
It's like a community, and we've got to take care of each other. And the only people, patriots, will take care of patriots. These other groups aren't going to take care of you. And you don't have to you have to be a business owner. As long as you believe you're a patriot and believe in your heart, you can join this group. I believe. I don't think I got any problem with that.
No, if anything, we don't
patriots.
charge for
Yeah.
customers for
No.
Liberty.
No, we don't. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Uh-huh.
But call Eric, and get anything you do to support. We got to stick together. That's the problem. We're not sticking together in this country, and I know things get tough. And one of my favorite, Teddy Roosevelt, he used to say, when you get to the end of the rope, he says, tie a knot in it and hang on a little bit longer. And I've done that many a times. I've tied a knot and hung on a little bit longer.
Yeah, amen. Well, those are powerful words. And I just want to say in closing, I 1000% endorse and support Leon Smith and Eats and Sweets Cafe here in beautiful Ridgeland, South Carolina. If you're a business owner, or you're just like we were talking about, you're just a patriot, you're just proud to be a patriot, get involved with our movement. We want this to be in every city, in all 46 counties of South Carolina. We want people to say, you know what, I am a patriot, I believe in the Lord Jesus, I believe in liberty, I believe in faith, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of the Betsy Ross flag, I'm not ashamed of this country. We want you involved. So thanks again, and thank you again, Leon, for doing this. And God bless you, and God bless this movement. Thank you all.
Thank you.